In this project, we are creating a clicker game. A clicker game is a game in which there is a sprite which moves around and we have to click on it. Uh, and when we click on it, we increase the score and you can make some sound also. So we have to collect as many points as we can. To make it more interesting, we can add a timer to it. Suppose if I add a timer of 20 seconds and I have to at least press that sprite, say 10 times to win the game. So when we end the timer, we'll check whether the score has is more than 10 points or not. If score is more than 10 points, we win the game, else we lose the game. So you can keep the score cutoff as per your comfort zone. So to start with, we'll create a new Scratch project. I will remove this cat sprite and take a bell. You can take a nice backdrop also. You can take some patterns. It's your choice. I'm taking circles here. To start with, we'll take when flag clicked and try to move the sprite around by using a forever loop, and it should go to some random position. Let's see what happens now. So the bell is going here and there, but it's very fast. So I'll take a wait block. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, this is reasonable, and the bell is going here and there. Now, when we click on this bell sprite, we have to increase the score. So to keep track of score, we use a concept called variables. Variable means something that varies, that changes. Now that thing can be the speed of the car, the temperature outside, the time, right? So here in games we use concept of variables to track scores. We also can track number of lives, number of bullets, and so on. So I'll create a variable called score, which will be available for all the sprites. Press OK now. When we start the game, the variable that is score will start from zero because the game always starts from zero score. And we will take an event when the sprite clicks. So when we click the sprite, we change the score by 1. And to make it more interesting, you can add a sound also. You can choose another sound from the sound library. You can also take another sound called collect. Yeah. So now when I click the flag, the score is 0. And when I click on this bell, the score is also increasing, as you can see. But now the game is very simple. There is no end of the game. It will go on and on. To make it more interesting, we will add a timer to it. So after certain seconds, the game will end. Before the game ends, we will decide using if-else condition whether we have scored above the cutoff mark or not. So let's learn how to create a timer now. To create a timer, we will make another variable called counter. You can name it as timer also. I'm using counter so that it counts the number of seconds passed. So when flag clicked, we'll take a forever loop, set the counter to 0 in the beginning, and change counter by 1 after every second. Now, if you click the flag, you will see that the counter is increasing after every 1 second. But it will keep going on and on uh, if we don't put the AND condition. So if say the timer is equal to 20 seconds or the counter is equal to 20 seconds, then we want to end the game. But before we end the game, as I mentioned, we will have to uh, check whether the score is above the cutoff score or not. So we'll take a if else condition here, right? And if the score is greater than say 10, okay, So if the score is greater than 10, we win the game, else we lose the game. Now, how will we specify that we have won the game? To do that, we will go to backdrops and create some nice backdrops which denote that you have won or lose. So I'm creating a backdrop called won and I will add text to it. You can also change the fonts and even the colors. You can center the text in the middle of the backdrop. I will create another backdrop with the name lose and write lose here. And you can make it a little big and align it in the center of the backdrop. Uh, this is the default background which will come in the beginning. This will come in the when we lose the game, and this backdrop will come when we win the game. So let's come back and change the code here. So if the score is greater than 10, we change our backdrop to won, else change backdrop to lose. And when we start the game, the backdrop should be the, the starting one, that is the circles. Now, if counter is equal to 20, we will perform this check. But yes, we have to end the game also. So we will go to control and use stop all to stop the game. So let's put it after we have made a check. So let's test it if it is working fine. So the counter is increasing. I have to click on the bells. So I have crossed the cutoff mark. Now you can see that the timer has ended, and since I scored above the cutoff mark, that is 10, my score is greater than 10, which is 13, I have won the game. So this is how you can make a clicker game, and you can use many other sprites, like it can be a star which goes here and there and take a nice a space backdrop. So this is how we can create games using variables and if else conditions and timers. Hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you.